Okay, so this video covers the next step for detailing the main gun. And we're going to start out by pre-hardening some cardboard strips, 1mm strips, and then cutting 4 sections of it. We need one at 18mm long, one at 8mm long, one at 5mm long, and one at 3mm long. And you're also going to need a thin strip of cue card paper and a 13mm piece of spaghetti. Okay, and so now, when you've got these parts made, these pre-hardened strips of cardboard here, you want to pre-bore these holes. You've probably already bored them out in the early construction phase, but you may need to just open them up again because a lot has changed since making these holes, and now that there's material behind them you can go a little bit deeper, although you do not need to go very deep. And also don't forget this one on the bottom of the other side. And it's also not a bad practice to take a slightly larger bit and just open up this hole in the bottom as well a little bit here. Okay, and now that we've got that ready, we can take out some glue, and we're going to install the 18mm piece about 2/3 of the way from the base of the gun out along this. So it's approximately 6mm, but it's really hard to get a measuring thing in there. So you can just kind of estimate. Throw some glue in there. And you need about 15mm of length, so you have about 3mm to glue down to the surface of the gun base. Once you've got that installed, we're going to want to install the 5mm piece next. So otherwise, the next piece will sort of get in its way. And that is the lowest one on the same side that we installed the base. This is actually the base for the gunner's seat. I could have mentioned that, but I didn't. Now for installing these shorter ones, I do recommend using needle nose pliers to at least get it started, because it's hard to get your fingers in there. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it so that you can see, but it's sort of awkward to build the thing while I'm holding it that way. So it should be coming out level, but angled back a little steeper than 45 degrees. So that if there's a seat on the bottom here, then the guy sitting in that seat would have access to a wheel that was on the end of this. And again, that's a 5mm part. Now with the 8mm part, you want to actually take about the last 2mm, 2.5 maybe, and bend it over. So you're actually installing this in a sort of a hockey stick shape. Hopefully you can see this. Sort of a hockey stick shape, and you want it to be at about a 45-degree angle. And that gets installed right above the one we just installed. And so the part you'd hit the puck with, the shorter part of the hockey stick, doesn't get glued in. Glue the longer part in. And you want to have this flat surface at a 90-degree angle with the gun, because you're going to be gluing stuff to that flat surface. And again, it should come out level from the main gun, and it'll come sweeping back at about a 45-degree angle, and then straighten out. And next is this little short piece, the shortest piece, the 3mm, goes on the other side on the bottom, and it comes out straight and level. So no angle on this one. And the piece of spaghetti goes right along this corner of the top of the gun breech. And you can kind of rest it on the top of that cardboard square. And then you'll know you have it in the right position. And just kind of adjust it until an equal amount of the piece of spaghetti is coming off both the front and the back. You might want to give the ends a little sand before using them, or else they're not always very flat. And finally, just cut a couple small sections, maybe 1 centimeter long, of this cue card paper. Estimation is fine, we'll just cut them off later if they're too long. And you're going to install those, one on either side of this drill hole on the bottom, and coming out to support the seat. So I wanted to do this all in one video, and put the seat on and the viewfinder for the gunner and all the wheels and stuff like that, but it's just too long of a video with too many chances to mess up. So I'm going to save that, but I'll be publishing very soon the second part of this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.